All right, let's try this again. Good morning, Illini. Welcome back to another Healthy Illini podcast. And once again, I'm your host, Matt Schrock, and we are in the home stretch of the semester. You've made it this far, and I am proud of you. But we have a lot of info to get to today, so let's keep it short and sweet and dive right in. It's finals week here on campus. That means long days, late nights, information overload, and of course, all the stress that comes with that. And Healthy Illini is here to help. So today I'm joined by representatives of Student Affairs Health and Wellbeing Auxiliaries to talk about stress management. First up, we have Morgan Savage. Morgan has a bachelor's in exercise science and is a second-year grad student with health administration. She's a grad assistant with the stress management program at McKinley, and she has been here for about a year and a half. Morgan, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm also joined by Joella Wood. She is a senior majoring in interdisciplinary health sciences and minoring in psychology. She's a student wellness program assistant with Campus Rec. Joella, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, guys, before we get into some of the resources that you both have to offer through your programs. Why is it doing that? Okay, install. There, go away. All right, guys, before we get into the resources that your programs have to offer, I do want to take a moment and talk about stress in general. We do have a stress management podcast. If you go back and look, we've had one before. You can go back and revisit that. But just kind of as a quick aside, we were talking beforehand, and you both mentioned that stress is not something to fear. It's something that is common to all students, but it's something that if you approach it in a healthy way, it can be managed. So from your own experiences as students, not just as in the programs you're in, but just students in general, is that something that you would agree with? Is that something that in your own personal experience that you can kind of speak to right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Joelle and I both have a really intimate experience with stress as students. We're able to connect with the students that we work with. And I'm sorry, should I restart?
Go ahead.
Okay. So as students, Joelle and I can definitely talk about our experiences that we've had with stress. Definitely an intimate experience with stress over our many years of education, and something that we can lean on as we are working with different students in our programs. Something that we talk about a lot in the stress management program is just recognizing that stress is normal and you are not alone if you have stress. But it's important to know that you don't have to pretend like it's not there. Stress is not a bad thing. Stress is normal to everybody and something that we can work to manage in a healthy way. And that's what's important. It's important to take breaks, to take care of yourself, to rest and exercise. Just by doing a little bit each day or really however much you need will ultimately help you so much longer, or so much more in the long run, just help you to sustain more progress through this final season.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Morgan. I've had my fair share of stress throughout the years too, and I think that it's good to know that there's bad stress and good stress, and that good stress can be a positive thing for you. Like during finals week, I think stress definitely gives me a little bit of pressure in a sense to study and to get things done, and not necessarily in a bad way, but kind of like in a motivating factor way. And I think that without stress during finals week, personally, if there's no pressure on me, then I kind of feel like it's not really happening, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I think that none of us, or maybe most of us, I think that most of us have experienced stress during exam week, and it's like, it's a very specific feeling, and exam week is like, you kind of get this feeling of, it's coming up, so you kind of get the pre-stress of the stress that's coming, which I don't think is a bad thing because it's good that you're aware of how you're feeling. But I definitely think that it should be talked about more, and that it shouldn't be some taboo topic, and that we shouldn't be afraid that we're staying up late and studying, or that it's weird, or I think that we all can relate on this topic.
Editors got this part out. I forgot to mention something to them before. Would you want to, because both of you have things that happen throughout the semester, and like Campus Rec has a lot of options stuff. We're focusing specifically on finals week options. Things are happening. That's why Kaylee, I saw that stuff, but we're looking for finals help, partly because we've done a stress management podcast. We're doing a Campus Rec podcast, so we don't want to get off in the weeds too much. Don't limit what you're saying. I'm just saying I might direct you back if we start here. You're like, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
It is, but we'll direct back on it. That make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I really appreciate what you said, Joella, about your personal experience, because one of the things that we do stress here at Healthy Illini is that everyone is on their own personal journey, and every journey is individual. Now, there's a common thread, and that is stress during finals. Everybody deals with it. It's a common thread. But the way you respond to it or the way you manage it can be totally individual, and it may be similar to how your friends or roommates are dealing with it. It may be totally different, and that's okay. And that's part of the reason why we want to give these resources, because we're going to give a lot of resources. And to be honest, if you utilize every single resource we're out to give, you're going to get no studying done. Yeah. There's going to be enough resources that you're going to struggle to get your work done for finals. That's not the point of this. The point of this is these are all the options. Find the ones that help you in the way that it helps you, and then you can mitigate and you can manage the stress and get into your finals week and just rock those exams. So with that, I do want to jump into the options and the resources that there. We're going to start with you, Joella, with Campus Rec, because there are a lot of them, and especially with Campus Rec, it starts with connecting with somebody, with finding an opportunity to talk to someone, especially for someone who may feel very isolated or feel very invisible or alone on this campus, especially coming out of the pandemic. It's just a weird situation. So starting with you, what are some resources specifically for finals week or during the finals time that a student could utilize to help find some balance in that stress?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that specifically at Campus Recreation, we're a very general facility that any student can come to. And we serve undergraduate students, graduate students, and members of the community. The first event that we have going on during finals week is called Tasting Thursday. It's a wellness tabling event that offers resources, and we also provide a snack, which is kind of like the incentive to get people over to the table. You know, everyone loves food. And so on reading day, Thursdays from 7 to 8 p.m., December 9th. On December 9th, reading day, from 7 to 8 p.m., we have partnered with the Nutrition Peers, and the topic for the wellness tabling event this week will be Fuel for Finals. And so we'll kind of give out tips and resources about how to get through the stress and how to help manage everything that you've got going on, and we'll provide a little snack and some free giveaways just to kind of boost your mood.
And so that's an event you can come to, you can connect with, and like you said, it's in conjunction with Nutrition Peers. We know that well, at least in my experience, my eating habits weren't great during finals. Yeah. My hours weren't great, and what I was eating wasn't great. And so this is a great opportunity to get a little bit of a boost with that. Like you said, it's a free snack. Hey, free stuff's always good. And it's an opportunity to just kind of connect during that time and reset yourself, especially on reading day right before those exams start.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's like kind of the perfect segue into my next point, because I wanted to discuss the food assistance and well-being program. I feel like a lot of students don't know about this on campus, and I think it's super important to hear about. So this program is a shopping style pantry where we set up food on the shelves, and shoppers can walk through the space and kind of select food according to like the pantry guidelines that we have set up. But it's just sort of what you want and not what we give you. This model it allows shoppers to handle their own food and choose items and like look at the labels as if they were shopping in their own store. And this is completely free to students. You just go in and you fill out a form that helps us collect research. And we've extended our hours for this throughout finals week and extended before and past finals week, actually. So Monday through Thursday, we're open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then on Fridays, it's 6 to 10 p.m. And then the weekend, it's Saturdays 9 to 10 and Sundays 9 to 11 p.m. And so if you have any questions about this, you can just come to the instructional kitchen in the ARC and talk to us about it anytime. And we're more than happy to talk to you.
And we will have these resources, information on these resources in our episode description. So if you're not sure where to reach out or how to reach out, we will have options there, and you're always welcome to reach out to Healthy Illini. We encourage you to reach out to us. We're here to help. And so if you have any questions on any of the things that we're offering today, by all means, please reach out. Okay, so we've talked a lot in the first two options you gave, a lot about the health and nutrition side of things.
Yeah.
But what about just, physical fitness, general feeling good during this time when you're really tend to run yourself into the ground a little bit trying to get everything studied.
Yeah, no, I feel like we all kind of lose motivation to do a lot of other things, like take care of ourselves physically during finals. But we offer Fit for Finals. It's kind of a weekly social media content thing that we do that kind of go over the 8 dimensions of wellness that we highlight at Campus Recreation. So this covers your mental, environmental, financial, spiritual, vocational, emotional, social, and physical well-being. So we go over each dimension every day and we explain it, and then we kind of offer tips and like how to foster each dimension during exam week. And so I think this is really helpful for students because I think we can often forget, like obviously it affects our mental health, but I think that we kind of forget about the social or spiritual or financial aspect of it as well.
Yeah, you get pretty, just in general. Yeah, just in general, you get, we tend to get a little tunnel visioned on some stuff just as we go about our lives, especially when you're busy and college students are busy. You get tunnel vision on the next project or the next event or the internship I'm trying to get, or I'm prepping to go home, or I'm prepping to go back to school, all these things. But during finals week, you really get tunnel vision, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of like stress. It's not a bad thing. It's just how you navigate it. And so these are some fantastic options through Campus Rec. There's a whole lot more to it. We don't have enough time to get into everything that Campus Rec does. We'll actually have a podcast dropping later on at the end of the semester about Campus Rec and a lot of the things that they're doing just in general. But if you have questions, you want to know more information about me, stop by, check out the resources in our description, and we'll go from there. I want to shift over a little bit towards Morgan now. And let me say that again. So there's a lot of information, as we said there at Campus Rec, but I do want to shift direction a little bit. I don't say that because I need to keep it generic because I added a person. Okay, how am I going to do this? So there are a lot of resources at Campus Rec and a lot of options there to get involved in. Really encourage you to reach out and figure that out. Ask somebody, check out the resources in our episode description, and go from there. There's also a lot of resources that McKinley offers, and so we're going to shift direction over to Morgan now. And Morgan, you've been part of the stress management program here at McKinley for quite some time. So if you would share a little bit about what McKinley has to offer. Let's start with the virtual, because there are virtual and in-person options. But let's start with the virtual, because again, you're busy during finals, and sometimes you don't have time to go somewhere, or you don't think you have time to go somewhere. But if it's accessible through your phone or your computer or something like that, that makes a big difference. So for a student who's feeling that weight, but they have options, they can get online. What can they find through McKinley?
Yeah, absolutely. I think first and foremost, a really great resource for students to utilize is the McKinley Health Center Wellness app. It just has so many great resources on campus that students can utilize to help in their wellness. It also has a wellness wall just for informational news and videos, a lot of different resources there, a lot of interactive features for students to utilize as well. Also, on the stress management program website through McKinley Health Center, we have a lot of great relaxation exercises, including guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation. I want to re-say that. Okay. At what point do I start back in? Do I say the whole thing again?
No, the wellness app was great. Start in with the. There's also the McKinley website, and start there.
Right. We also have some really great resources through the McKinley Health Center website, through the stress management program. We have different, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think about the word to say.
You're good.
Different, like, scripts. We have different.
Well, what do you offer?
They're like scripts you can listen to, like with like guided imagery, but like I want to say like what it is. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. You're good.
You're good.
Okay. We also have some really great resources through the McKinley Health Center website, and especially the stress management program page, where students can listen to different scripts of guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing, instrumental music. All of these resources are really great and something that I listen to a lot whenever I'm taking my breaks. It helps. It's a quick little refresher that can help students to help manage their stress and get some good productive break from their work.
it really, that makes a big difference too, no matter what you're doing, that sometimes we've all written papers and you take a 5-minute break, come back with fresh eyes. It's kind of a big thing. So when you're studying the same thing, even though you've seen the material, you know the material, you've done the material, sometimes that fresh eyes can come back. And so I love that resource that's there with the exercises. So yeah, that's one I'm really glad you highlighted, because that's something that I would utilize as well.
Additionally, the McKinley Health Center has, through our Fitness Peers, Workout Wednesdays that are available on the Fitness Peers Instagram page, and they're also on McKinley Health Center's YouTube channel. They just offer a wide variety of exercises that you can do just to help you re-energize and fuel your body, just to prep us for long-term success during this finals season. The nutrition program also has a Kale Yes video series through McKinley's YouTube channel as well, where they just have a variety of recipes, meals, and snacks that you can check out, which is just another major component, as we talked about with Joella, and making sure that you're taking care of yourself from a nutritional standpoint as well during this time.
Again, it's variety. We talked about the variety with the campus rec programs, where one was talking nutrition, one was talking fitness, and they can go together, but for some people, one is better than the other. For some people, fitness and exercise and going to a gym is stressful. That you don't want to add that stress to it, for that. And so if that's not for you, that's fine. Same thing with these online options for McKinley, that you may get on and say the interactive features on the wellness app really aren't doing it for me, but the scripted relaxation stuff is great. Or the scripted relaxation, really, it doesn't really take me where I want to go, but maybe doing the Workout Wednesdays or cooking something, for some people, that's their happy place, is being in the kitchen, that's totally fine. And so these are great options, great things to look at, and great ways to be interactive with some stuff. Okay, we looked at the online for McKinley, we looked at the virtual type of things, but in person, there are some things they can actually physically come get. What are those types of things, Morgan?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of resources for students that they can come pick up at McKinley Health Center. We have free over-the-counter self-care supplies. We have sleep packs with anything you need, like your eye mask, earplugs, lavender wipes, tea, sleep hygiene tips. Those are available through vending machines at SDRP. Also at McKinley Health Center, we have cold packs. I know right now with the weather turning, that's definitely something that a lot of students are facing. We have wound packs as well. We have condoms. And I don't want to end with condoms, I'm sorry, because I don't have an exit. Because my last thing.
Most importantly, we have condoms.
Okay, let me start over. Because my last thing I already said. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. McKinley Health Center has a lot of over-the-counter supplies that students can utilize. We have sleep packs that are available through vending machines at the SDRP. They have everything you could ever possibly want to help you sleep. They have eye masks, earplugs, lavender wipes, tea, all of that good stuff. We also have different over-the-counter supplies you can pick up through McKinley, including wound packs, condoms, cold packs, really just anything that you could need during this time, especially those cold packs right now as the weather changes. I think I see it snowing outside right now, so it's just something that you could utilize and have available to you during this time to help take care of yourself.
Yeah, and during finals, your body is run down a little bit anyway, but when the weather changes as drastically as it has this fall, you really find yourself, getting colds, getting a little bit of sniffles, you're weary, so you're a little bit susceptible to that. So these things are really good. As you said, you can get them at the vending machine in Eikenberry, at the mailroom at SDRP. There's also the HRC, the Health Resource Centers in the Union. There's also one at McKinley. You walk in the front door, it's right there. And so these are all things that you can utilize. And students can utilize all of them, and they're free. You just have to go pick one up, and it does make a huge difference. And I know both of you would be happy to talk to anybody through your programs that reach out to these programs to ask questions, to find out more information, because you're both in them because you like to help. That's really where it's at. and you've been there, you've experienced it, and sometimes it's just that matter of going to somebody and saying, man, I'm dealing with this, and somebody else says, yeah, I know what you're going through, and that means a huge thing, because again, you know, we live in an Instagram society where you see the best image people put out, and it's really easy to be sitting in class going, everybody else knows what they're doing, everyone else has this down, and I'm freaking out, and in reality, everybody's looking at everybody else going, I'm freaking out, and nobody wants to show it. So these are really great resources and really great things that are available to students. So any last thoughts from you both as far as the programs that you're working with, or any, you know, how would they contact you if they wanted to get a hold of your programs?
I actually just have a question for Morgan. What was the DSRP, or what is that building, or what are you talking about?
SDRP.
Yeah.
It's the Eikenberry Commons.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
In the Eikenberry Commons, there's a mailroom.
Oh,
And that's at SDRP. It's a section of Eikenberry
Okay.
Eikenberry Commons, and so
Okay.
that's where it is. If a student wants to go get it there at the vending machine. McKinley is hoping to. I don't want to say that, so scratch that. That off the record, we're hoping to expand the vending machines across campus a couple, but we're not at a point we can do that, and I don't want to advertise that. But
Yeah.
we're hoping to, but this was our first run that we launched right before the pandemic hit, and so it was like the worst timing to try and start something new and do any kind of data analysis.
Right.
It's not being used very often, so no students on campus, so hey. Anyway. Okay, so let me go back to the idea of any last thoughts. Basically, you know, just give a little quick blurb. Where can they find your program? How do they connect with you?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
You said like how do like people get a hold of you? I'm going to say the Instagram account that we have, but also like should I put my email out there? Like
No.
people okay.
No, don't do your personal.
Okay. I was well it's like my school email, but like I don't
Right.
really
No,
know.
trust me, you don't want to do that.
I was gonna say, okay.
okay. Glad you asked.
As many students as I get stuff when they get my email, I'm like, no, because that's an open door to ask anything. And if you're connected to McKinley, they will ask anything,
Okay.
Oh,
and stuff that you aren't even involved in.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
I didn't think so, but I was like, I don't
yeah,
know.
no, I wouldn't put that out there.
Okay.
You guys have given a lot of great resources, and I know that you're both here talking about it because you're students who like to help other students. That's just your personality. And so if, through your programs, if a student did want to reach out, is there a particular way that's best to contact the groups you work with?
Yeah, the stress management program or the stress management peers have an Instagram account. It's smp.uiuc, and we post on there weekly just with some different stress relieving tips, some quotes to help you out, and then you can also direct message us if you would like.
yeah. We also have an Instagram at Campus Recreation that you can shoot us a DM through if you have any ideas that you'd like to implement, even if you see. Well, you don't know what I look like, but if you catch anybody around the ARC or Cersei, you can ask them anything that. I want to restart. Even if you have any ideas that you'd like to see implemented at the ARC or Campus Recreation in general, you can go to the Member Services Desk and see if you can leave something there for them, and they can get into contact with any of the program assistants. So I'm the Student Wellness Program Assistant, and if you want to leave something there for me and they can get it to me, that'd be great. And no, I want to restart that. What was the question again?
How would they contact your programs?
Oh, yeah. Well, can I just look up the Instagram name really quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
I just want to make sure I don't send them somewhere. It's not, I don't know what my phone is. But
Here, I can look it up.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I also have a cold right now, so I'm like,
You're sounding great. I would never have known.
okay, good. I think it's just campus. rec.
UIC? No, that's UIC. That's not UIUC.
Oops, I'm on the Illinois States.
It's Illinois Campus Rec. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the question one more time?
How would students,
Oh,
if they
yeah.
want to contact your program or get more information, how would they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. If any student or anybody in the community would like to contact us, you can go to the Instagram, Illinois Campus Rec, and shoot us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you want to just even stop by and you're at the ARC working out or for any reason get a snack, you can stop by the Member Services Desk, and you can maybe you can even leave a message for me there, and they'll send it to one of the program assistants, and we can try and work something out.
That's fantastic. Again, finals, you just need a lot of resources help. And so the more resources we have, the better. And you guys have been fantastic. I really appreciate you both being here with me today and talking with me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Finals are always a mix of highs and lows, and it's a time to celebrate reaching the end of the semester, but crossing that finish line can often bring a lot of heightened stress. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming, and you don't have to do it alone. There are a lot of resources on campus to help, especially in the health and well-being. I messed it up. Finals are always a mix of highs and lows. It's a time to celebrate. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's Monday. The snow's throwing me off. Finals are always a mix of highs and lows. It's a time to celebrate reaching the end of the semester, but crossing that finish line often brings a lot of heightened stress. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, though, and you don't have to do it alone. There are a lot of resources on campus available through the Health and Wellbeing Auxiliaries. So check out all the resources in the episode description. As always, I encourage you to reach out to them, reach out to us at Healthy Illini. We'd love to continue the conversation and support you. Thank you for joining us today. You are on a personal journey, no matter where you are in it. You are important. You matter. Your health and wellness are important and matter, and we are here to keep you well to excel. So go have a great week, Illini. Let us know how you're doing, and we'll catch you next time on Healthy Illini. And we're done.
Yeah, you're good at that. You have a good voice for podcasts.
Thanks. That last blurb, we do the exact same time every time. Like that's the only part that is scripted. The idea is that you want that familiarity.
Yeah, I like that.